Hi, now that we've reached the midpoint of the first month of the year, how is everybody doing with their New Year resolutions? Are you keeping them? Have you forgotten them already? Are you struggling to keep them? Are they a breeze? So do tell me that in the comments box below. But before that, for my part, I'm going all right with them. So far, the only one where I've had a bit of a problem is fitting in physical activity of some sort or the other with my schedule. So that's the only place where I've struggled a bit. The rest of it's going on fine. And de-stressing, there I've struggled a lot because this year hasn't had the greatest of starts for me. My dad was diagnosed with multiple clots in his brain. And of course, he's been given medication to address that. And then he's also had an odontoid fracture, which is a fracture here. It's inexplicably done, so that needs to be investigated. And he also has peripheral neuropathy, which is the result of neurotoxin from a semi-venomous snake. I mean, he was bitten by a semi-venomous snake in 2017, and the results have been worse than anticipated, or far further reaching than anticipated. So there's that as well. So overall, it hasn't been the best of starts. There's been other stress as well. So apart from positive thinking, that is de-stressing, and physical activity, I'm going all right with my resolutions. In fairness, I had quite a few of those. You can see my resolutions post here. Now, one of my resolutions is to be 100% acne free and have glowing skin throughout this year. I mean, I wouldn't say 100% acne free, apart from that time of the month, which is why I have a small bump coming up here. That's the the Auntie Flo bump, and hopefully that will go away once she departs. So apart from that, I want to be acne free and I want to have glowing skin through this year. And these are my tips for glowing skin in 2019. Now, the first thing that I'm doing is drinking a lot of water. I know, right? You certainly weren't expecting that. I've got 3 of these on rotation, and these are steel. They also maintain temperature, so you can have cold water or warm water depending on the temperature outside. Now, because these are steel, they're harm-free and usable, not like plastic, and you're not going to have a lot of landfill at the end of the day because of your water intake. These are 2 liters each. So I fill them up every day, and I go through them, and then I fill them again and go through about half. That's my plan. So at least 3 liters of water. Some days, I mean, I do try to achieve 4 liters of water, and then, I end up feeling dizzy and my stomach hurts, and, as I keep telling those around me, when I walk, there's a noise, water splashing. No, not literally, but, you get that over-water intake-y feeling. That's not a word, sorry, but that's the only way I can phrase it. So this is my best friend. I highly recommend getting steel water bottles of 2 liters each that you can go through the day. And the good thing is you can add lemon if you like. I'm all right with plain water. So, I mean, I'm not, a huge foodie to begin with, so I'm not big on taste. I mean, plain water is fine by me. So the only problem is when you're traveling, you can't keep up with your water intake. In my case, it becomes all the more difficult. I mean, you can't really take these along while traveling. I mean, the last thing you want is to be arrested at the airport because the x-ray reveals something that looks like a missile. No, really, they're shaped like missiles. I don't know why. A colleague of mine once asked me if this was an oxygen cylinder. So 2 liters, big size. They become heavy when they're full, but that's the whole point. It's like Aesop's story of the slave picking the heaviest of bundles, and at the end of the day, he had nothing to carry because it was food and people kept eating from that bundle through the day. So at the end of the day, this becomes really lightweight. At the moment, it's empty, which is why I'm able to lift it with one hand. So water, definitely a minimum of 2 liters, highly recommended, absolutely brilliant. Now, I'll tell you something else. Until 2016 January, do you know how much water I was drinking per day? 0 glasses. No, really, 0 glasses. Absolutely none. Nothing. I didn't see the point. I read, obviously, water is the elixir of life. You need at least 2 liters a day, 8 glasses, etc. I just wasn't doing it. No. So, and then, I had massive acne in December 2015, and I went to a dermatologist who pushed his notepad towards me and said, write down at least 2 liters per day, eat a whole food plant-based diet, absolutely no oil in your life and so on. So he made me write a few things, and Brazil nuts, he recommended those. I love Brazil nuts now. I make my own Parmesan cheese out of those Brazil nuts deliciously. Ella has a magnificent recipe. Formula, what am I on about? Recipe for those, and I highly recommend that. So from then on, I've been drinking at least 2 liters of water a day, 3 on an average actually, 4 if I'm lucky, and then I end up with stomachache. Now, the second thing that I've been doing is tighten my skincare routine and introduce acids. I first used acids in January 2016, as I said, and the first ever acid that I used and the first skincare product that I bought was the Pixi Glow Tonic. No, this is not that one. This is probably my, I don't know, 5th, 6th, 8th, 20th, 50,000th bottle of that. So as you can see, I've got so much left in this one, and I already have 2 more left. Now, Pixi has been kind enough to send me this, which is actually a lovely, I'll just show you what's inside. Gift set with my name on the bottle. Hang on, For those who don't know, my name apparently means particle or atomic in all sorts of dead languages, and a lot of people call it dust, but my parents intended it as fundamental building block of everything, but I prefer capable of destroying cities. Anyway, so the reason I haven't opened this up yet is because I've got these to get through. So Pixi Glow Tonic is the best start that your skin can get. It is the starting point. It is the sort of acid for beginners. It's not scary at all. It's 5% glycolic, and it's got aloe vera and ginseng and a bunch of soothing ingredients. I have done a post on Pixi Glow Tonic on my blog. I shall link that below. I've also done a recent video on multi-toning. I shall link that here and in the description box below as well. So this set comes with cotton pads as well to use the Glow Tonic. And Pixi Glow Tonic has been the start for glowing skin for me and has been by my side from January 2016 onwards. And now that I'm undergoing laser skin resurfacing for acne scarring, my second session is due on the 23rd of January. I was due a lot earlier, but you know, the doctor wasn't there, then I wasn't there, and so on. So it got postponed to the 23rd. Now after that, I will be returning. I'll be going in with the Rose Tonic first, because you know, you don't want to go in with acid anywhere near your face once you've lasered the stuffings out of it, pardon my French. But after that, I will be returning to the Glow Tonic. It's mild enough, gentle enough, and it will keep my skin glowing. So that's my second tip. Find a nice acid and exfoliant that will keep your skin glowing. This one, it's got my name on it, and I absolutely love it. Huge thanks to Pixi for sending that one out. The third tip is cleaner eating. I'm going to follow this all the more. I mean, I've been plant-based since 2016, strictly plant-based, no cheating at all through 2018. I'm allergic to wheat, I'm allergic to peanuts as well. I was hospitalized with acute urticaria in 2017 October, and also I had problems in February as well, 2018 that is. So I've had a lot of steroids, a lot of cyclosporines, etc. to control the urticaria and keep it from becoming chronic. So I want to, now clean eating doesn't necessarily mean plant-based, it doesn't necessarily mean vegan or anything, because it generally means, you know, you have all these packets and you know, some of the ingredients, maltodextrin, for instance, or high fructose corn syrup, that's not very good for you. So that's what I mean by cleaner eating. Less processed food, more wholesome food. A rule of thumb is if you can't really, at one glance, identify exactly what went in it, or at one taste, identify exactly what went inside it, don't eat it. So that's a good idea. I mean, all these preservatives and whatever they use in processed food, high sodium, high sugar, not a good idea, that. So cleaner eating is the third tip that I have for you. The fourth one is, and this is where it gets tricky, and I don't always practice what I preach. The fourth one is sleep. At least 7 hours sleep every night. And last night I actually had 6, which isn't so bad. But the night before that I had 4.5, which isn't good at all. So I'm working on it. I promise that I will try and get, you know, at least 7 hours sleep per night, ideally 8. So that's very, very important, because, you know, you need some kind of housekeeping. You need you need some rest. And it's better for the eyes as well. They need rest. Your pupils are open all the time and working all the time. So they need rest. Glowing skin, good sleep. It's called beauty sleep for a reason, you know. The next one is the one resolution, as I told you, that I've struggled with. It is, or one of the two resolutions that I've struggled with. It is physical activity. Thankfully, I now weigh 47 kilograms, which is marvelous. It is my pre-acne weight. And you can see here, this is what I looked like during the Huda Beauty 4-filter foundation review. That was early 2018. That was right after I was diagnosed with urticaria and on steroids. But that, in fairness, that's a steroid phase, moon phase. I was on steroids practically every day at the time. And this is a still photograph that was taken very recently, about a month ago. So not too bad. I'm working on it, and cleaner eating has helped a lot, and I have been physically active more so than I was. Even so, the other day I took the stairs until the 7th floor, and at the end of it I was panting a bit. That's not the way it works. You've got to be healthier than that and more physically fit. So I'm working on that, more stamina actually. I'm not, I don't want physical activity to lose weight or something. I've already achieved the weight that I want to be, but I want to tone up, less flab, and more fitness, more stamina and energy. Now, the last tip is where I've absolutely struggled this year. As I've told you, the last 2 weeks have not been easy for me. All sorts of stresses. Then there's Dad's health scare. Hopefully it has resolved. Thankfully, the clots were discovered in time. So, hopefully there's no danger there. It is, no stress and more positive thinking. It's I should have known, because New Year's Eve wasn't nice for me this year, so it was a bad beginning overall. Anyway, never mind. Hopefully the year will resolve and go well for me, and for all of us as well. So those are my 6 steps for glowing skin in 2019. The first 3 I've got under control. The next 3, I'm working on them. And I would love to know what you're doing for glowing skin in 2019. Are you following any of these? Would you like to? What has worked best for you? What are you struggling with? What do you think you need to work on? Do tell me all of that in the comments box below. So that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please do give me a thumbs up, and please do hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell, and I'll speak to you soon.